Hello again. So the fourth part of the brain is your cerebellum. Cerebellum. Okay. More like shaped this way. We have a center part here called the vermis. This is your vermis in the middle. And you have two hemispheres called your cerebellar, not cerebral, cerebellar hemispheres. These are your cerebellar hemispheres on both sides, okay? Here in the cerebellum, you have these folds. So these folds on the cerebellum, the lines you see form these ridges or bumps. We call folia of the cerebellum. And you also have lobes here. There are 3 lobes in each hemisphere. So this first one here, like that, lobe. This would be the anterior lobe, the posterior lobe. And then there's a hidden lobe called the flocculonodular lobe. So you have 3 lobes, anterior, posterior. These are both involved in movement coordination. And then the flocculonodular lobe is involved in equilibrium. Okay. And the way that the cerebellum works, really, it is, well, while we're here, some more structures. There are also 3 bundles of axons that come into and leave the cerebellum, called your cerebellar peduncles, as opposed to cerebral peduncles. And these are, so you have your anterior, middle, and posterior cerebellar peduncles. The anterior one anchors the cerebellum to your midbrain. Your middle one anchors it to your pons. And the fourth one, or the posterior one, sorry, anterior, middle, and inferior, not posterior, inferior peduncle, anchors it to your medulla oblongata. So remember that. You have 3 peduncles, anterior, middle, and inferior cerebellar peduncles that help to anchor different parts of the brainstem to your pons. The overall function of the cerebellum is more, a coordinator or a comparator. Okay. So this is your cerebellum here. It gets input from, say, your primary motor cortex telling it what you want to do, and it gets feedback from your muscles and eyes telling it what you're actually doing. And its job is to compare these 2 inputs to make sure that they match. And that way it can be precise. So it really allows for precision of action by matching up your intention with the outcomes. So you can get things done in a coordinated way, in a very precise way. When this goes bad, you lose your coordination, especially when you're drunk. You tend to be sloppy in your gait, in your walking, in your balance, because alcohol can go here and interrupt the synapses here. And so you lose that onboard computer, so to speak, that keeps you coordinated. Okay, we'll pause there.